But Jay-Z dating Lori Harvey? Lori Harvey dating Jay-Z?
Lori Harvey upsets the I'm picking a dinner with Jay-Z over $2 million men because she reminds them of that one girl that they wronged, and she cut them off with no explanation. Like the first time they messed up, Shreddy said, nah, I'm good.
Why am I hearing people say that Uncle Pluto is allegedly hinting that if everyone hadn't noticed that headline-making moment between Lori Harvey and Jay-Z at the Rock Nation brunch, something more could have happened between them? That has a lot of people raising their eyebrows. Future is known for throwing subtle shots now and then, but this situation has fans wondering if there's a bigger story behind the scenes. Is there actually some hidden tension between Future and Jay-Z, or are people reading too much into it? To understand why this conversation even started, we have to look at what people have been saying about that moment involving Jay-Z and Lori Harvey. If there's one thing Lori Harvey knows how to do, it's make an entrance. Back in 2019, she arrived at the pre-Grammy Rock Nation brunch looking confident and stylish, instantly catching everyone's attention. But it wasn't just her appearance that got people talking. During the event, Lori was seen chatting with Jay-Z. Videos from the brunch quickly spread across social media, showing her flashing a friendly smile while the two shared a brief laugh. To most people, it looked like nothing more than a polite conversation between two well-known figures at a major industry event. Still, once those clips started making the rounds online, plenty of viewers began coming up with their own theories, turning an ordinary interaction into a much bigger talking point.
Listen, we can't even be mad at Lori. She's not the one going after these men. These men are going after her. And they happen to be well-known, famous, successful men. It is what it is, bro. She's not turning them down. She's an attractive woman. Based off of social media, we see that she's been with a lot of different guys.
Still, not everyone saw that interaction the same way. Some viewers insisted there was something about the way Lori was talking with Jay-Z, and before long, people across social media started picking apart every little detail. Many began analyzing her body language and suggesting she looked especially comfortable during the conversation. Those opinions spread fast, even though the short clip didn't provide much context. Fans of Beyoncé were quick to jump into the discussion. Soon after the video started circulating, Lori's comment section filled with bee emojis, as people jokingly reminded everyone that Beyoncé and Jay-Z are one of entertainment's most well-known couples. Others playfully said Lori should keep her attention on her own dating history instead of getting caught up in online rumors. As always, these reactions were based on fan speculation rather than confirmed facts. That dating history has often been a popular topic online. Over the years, Lori has been linked to several well-known names, including Michael Jordan. Before that, she was reportedly connected to Abu Thiam, Akon's brother. And at another point, Damson Idris was also part of the conversation. Toward the end of 2019, Lori and Future was seen spending time together, celebrating the new year before later making their relationship public during a vacation in Jamaica for Lori's 23rd birthday. Before that, Lori was also rumored to have spent time with P. Diddy, and the two were photographed together on several occasions in places like Italy, Mexico, New York City, and Atlanta. Those appearances sparked plenty of online discussion, though neither publicly confirmed many of the claims at the time. As those rumors gained attention, another online claim also started making the rounds, suggesting Lori had previously been linked to Diddy's son, Justin Combs.
Especially if Jay-Z and Beyonce aren't, if they not even fucking with each other. Like, okay, he's on his own. How do we feel about that? Do we love Lori Harvey or do we hate Lori Harvey? You know what I mean? Do we love Jay-Z or do we hate Jay-Z?
Back in 2018, Lori was also connected to Trey Songz. Not long after those reports faded, she was reportedly seen getting close with Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton during a Super Bowl weekend party in 2019. Going even further back, in 2016, Lori dated Dutch football star Memphis Depay, and the couple later announced their engagement in 2017, adding another chapter to the relationship timeline that fans have followed for years. There were also several other people Lori was rumored to have dated who weren't as well known. Because of that, some Beyoncé fans jokingly reacted by saying, "Nah, keep your hands off Beyoncé's man." The conversation quickly picked up online. Lori eventually noticed all the attention and responded in the Shade Room's comments with, "Meanwhile, I'm a part of the Beehive," making it clear she wasn't taking the online chatter too seriously. Even so, the speculation didn't slow down. Around the same time, Beyoncé arrived at the event later in the day, and some social media users pointed to photos of her showing her wedding ring as if it carried a hidden message. Others simply saw it as a normal public appearance. Soon after, unverified online rumors and blind item stories began spreading with dramatic claims about Lori and Jay-Z. None of those stories were ever confirmed, but they fueled even more discussion across social media and entertainment blogs, keeping the rumor mill spinning. Speaking of Diddy, this topic has started making the rounds again because of the latest online chatter, and some people say it reminds them of past rumors involving Lori. Many have pointed back to the time when 22-year-old Lori Harvey was photographed spending time in Italy and Cabo alongside 49-year-old Diddy. Those images quickly became a major talking point online. At the time, representatives reportedly described their connection as a friendship, but the public continued paying close attention after the two were seen together at several outings and events, including music festivals and a family trip to Italy with Steve and Marjorie Harvey. Even with those explanations, the photos sparked plenty of debate across social media. One of the biggest reasons people kept discussing the situation was the significant age difference, which many viewers found surprising and continued to comment on for quite some time.
Same as for the "I'm only asking for his time" type woman. She reminds them that even in them asking for nothing and getting less than nothing in return, there are women out here who ask for the world and get all that and more. That's literally why they hate her. That's it.
Another reason the story drew so much attention was Lori's connection to Kim Porter. In the past, Lori had spoken warmly about Kim and even referred to her as Mama. Because of that, many people were surprised when, only months after Kim's passing, photos surfaced showing Lori spending time with Diddy. Since Diddy and Kim had shared a long history and children together, the situation quickly became a major topic online. Many people questioned the timeline and shared strong opinions across social media. Looking back at all of that, some online commenters said those events were part of why they weren't surprised when later rumors involving Jay-Z started spreading. The internet also revisited older claims about Lori's dating history, with some gossip accounts alleging that a few of her past relationships may not have been exclusive. Other unverified rumors even suggested she had spent time with certain people earlier than fans believed. None of those claims were ever confirmed, but they circulated widely online and added even more speculation to Lori's already headline-making reputation.
Hey, it is what it is. These guys are tripping. They're still going after her. So, hey, it is what it is. She's just taking advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? She's not about to be tripping because these famous men, wealthy, rich men want to date her. I mean, hey, the men keep choosing her.
Because of all those past rumors, some members of the Beehive looked at Lori's dating history and joked, "Oh no, keep her far away from Harv." That became a huge talking point online. At the same time, plenty of other people felt those reactions were unfair. They argued that fans were putting all the attention on Lori over what appeared to be a brief public conversation at a crowded industry event. Others also pointed out that Jay-Z has faced years of public discussion about his own personal life. Fans often brought up his album 444, which many viewed as addressing past relationship challenges and personal growth. Because of that, some people questioned why so much attention was focused on Lori, instead of treating the interaction as an ordinary exchange between two well-known figures. As the conversation grew, social media users also began bringing up older internet rumors and gossip involving Jay-Z. Many of those stories have circulated online for years without being verified, yet they continue to resurface whenever his name trends. That pattern has kept the speculation alive, even though much of it remains based on online discussion rather than confirmed information. Beyond that, social media has connected Jay-Z to a number of rumors over the years. One of the biggest stories claimed he and Rihanna were involved, but those reports were never confirmed. As with many celebrity rumors, the claims spread widely online and sparked countless debates, even though there was no verified evidence to support them. Another moment that reignited public discussion happened in 2014 when TMZ released elevator earlier footage showing Solange and Jay-Z after an event. The people involved never publicly explained the full reason behind what happened, so fans filled the gap with their own theories. One of the most common guesses was that it was related to relationship issues, but that has never been confirmed. Over the years, other names have also been pulled into online speculation, including Casey Cohen, Rita Ora, Rachel Roy, and Carmen Bryan. These stories have circulated across blogs and social media for years with varying levels of public comment, but many remain unverified and continue to resurface whenever Jay-Z becomes a trending topic. Because of all that history, some people felt the criticism aimed at Lori was inconsistent. They argued that a brief conversation at a public event didn't deserve the level of attention it received, while others believed fans were simply being protective of one of entertainment's most famous couples. As usual, opinions were split, and the debate kept growing online.
You were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage.
Okay, this was before though.
This was like
Okay.
before all of that.
How far along were you?
I believe I was definitely less than 3 months. It was the first trimester. Yeah, it wasn't.
Still early.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna have this baby and move forward.
Now, the latest round of chatter claims that Future has allegedly suggested behind the scenes that if people hadn't noticed Lori's interaction with Jay-Z at the event, the situation might have become a much bigger story. It's important to note that these claims remain unverified and are based on online speculation. As for why Future's name keeps coming up, many fans point to his reputation for taking subtle jabs after relationships end. Over the years, his lyrics have often been interpreted as references to past relationships, including Lori Harvey. Those interpretations have fueled even more discussion, even though listeners often disagree about who or what the lyrics are actually about.
When I heard it, I'm like, damn, I feel like it was gonna be this.
When you heard that line, did you know like, oh, okay, this is about to be crazy?
I felt like, I'm like, damn, that's good.
It didn't stop there either. In an earlier version of the verse, Future took even more direct shots, mentioning not only Steve Harvey's stepdaughter, but also Michael B. Jordan. He rapped, "Must have forgot to tell her daddy she begged me to leave. Put bagheads on your ankles, damn near up to your knees. She didn't have a choice but to go screw a lame after me." Those lyrics immediately got people talking and added even more attention to the back and forth surrounding his past relationship with Lori. Because of moments like that, many fans believe Future isn't afraid to stir up conversation when it comes to old relationships. So now that people are claiming he's been making comments about Lori and Jay-Z, social media has been buzzing once again. Whether there's any truth to those claims is another question entirely, but the rumors have definitely caught people's attention. With Lori showing up in headlines again recently, many people have started revisiting old videos, interviews, and unverified blind items, wondering if there was ever anything more to that brief Rock Nation brunch interaction. Others argue it was simply a friendly conversation that the internet turned into something much bigger. Either way, the speculation continues to keep fans talking long after the event itself. Still, not everyone is buying the story. A lot of people believe the entire narrative has been built from a few seconds of video and years of internet gossip. They point out that celebrities are constantly greeting, laughing, and talking to one another at industry events, and a short clip doesn't automatically reveal what was really happening. From that perspective, Lori and Jay-Z could have simply been exchanging a polite conversation before moving on with the rest of the brunch. Others, though, argue that celebrity rumors rarely appear out of nowhere. They claim that once an idea starts spreading online, people begin connecting unrelated moments to support their own theories. That's exactly what happened here. Old photos, past interviews, and years of speculation were suddenly pulled back into the spotlight, with every detail being re-examined through a completely different lens. Another reason this story refuses to fade is because both Lori and Jay-Z have remained extremely private whenever online speculation starts circulating. Neither has publicly addressed these rumors in any meaningful way, leaving fans and bloggers to fill in the blanks with their own interpretations instead of actual confirmed information. One thing that made the rumors grow even faster was how differently people interpreted the same footage. Some viewers focused on Lori's smile, while others paid more attention to Jay-Z's reaction. A few even slowed the video down frame by frame, convinced they had spotted subtle details that everyone else had missed. Meanwhile, plenty of others argued that the clip was far too short to support any of those conclusions. That's something that happens all the time with celebrity stories. A brief interaction can quickly take on a life of its own once social media gets involved. Before long, opinions begin sounding like facts, and speculation starts getting repeated so often that some people assume it must be true even when there's no confirmed evidence behind it.
After B was a very young woman. Now, I did a Rockaware photo shoot in Colorado, and I think it was during the wintertime of 06 or 07. And Naomi Campbell was there, actress Jamie King was there, Jay was there, B was there. And he rented this house, and we were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house, and we were watching LeBron play. And after the game, it had to have been like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we getting ready to party.
What also added another layer to the discussion was the timing. Lori was already making headlines for different reasons, and Jay-Z was no stranger to public attention either. When two well-known names are linked in the same conversation, even an ordinary moment can end up being viewed from every possible angle, with fans searching for clues that may or may not actually exist. Another detail people keep bringing up is how quickly internet narratives can change. At first, the Roc Nation brunch clip was simply one of many celebrity moments from the event. But after more rumors began circulating, that same video was suddenly treated as if it contained hidden clues. Viewers started revisiting it with completely different expectations, noticing things they hadn't paid attention to before. Some entertainment bloggers even pointed out that this isn't unusual in celebrity culture. Once a public figure becomes part of a trending story, older photos, videos, and interviews often get pulled back into the conversation. Moments that once seemed ordinary are reinterpreted through the latest headlines, creating a chain reaction that can keep a rumor alive long after the original event. At the same time, others have encouraged people to separate verified facts from online theories. They argue that it's easy for speculation to snowball when thousands of people are sharing opinions at once. Without direct confirmation from the people involved, much of the discussion remains exactly that, discussion. Even so, fans continue comparing timelines, public appearances, and old interviews, searching for anything they think might add another piece to the puzzle. As people continued revisiting the story, another question started popping up. If that interaction at the brunch was really as ordinary as some believe, why has it stayed in the spotlight for so long? Some fans think it's simply because Lori and Jay-Z are two of the most recognizable names in entertainment. When personalities at that level appear in the same clip, even a few seconds of footage can keep people talking for years. Others believe the real reason is the mystery surrounding it. Neither Lori nor Jay-Z has given the public much to work with when it comes to these specific rumors. Without a detailed explanation, online communities have continued filling in the blanks with their own interpretations, and every resurfaced video or photo adds another round of speculation. There are also people who feel the entire situation says more about internet culture than it does about the celebrities themselves. A single viral moment can quickly become the foundation for countless theories, reaction videos, and comment threads. Before long, it's difficult to separate what was actually seen from what was added later through assumptions, opinions, and repeated storytelling, leaving every viewer to decide which version they believe. Another reason this story keeps resurfacing is because people love connecting separate events into one bigger narrative. Once the brunch clip started getting attention again, online detectives began lining it up with interviews, public appearances, and old headlines, trying to figure out whether everything was somehow connected. Some believed they were spotting patterns, while others argued those connections were being stretched far beyond what the facts actually showed.
Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there, and I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework, but she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I could respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. for a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking loud music and us dancing wild. Like, I don't know where these kids came from.
Even entertainment commentators have pointed out that this kind of speculation isn't new. When a celebrity already has a high-profile public image, almost every interaction can end up being analyzed from multiple angles. A smile, a laugh, or a brief conversation can suddenly become the center of countless theories, despite there being very little context behind the moment itself. At the same time, there are plenty of fans who think the simplest explanation is probably the most reasonable. They believe Lori and Jay-Z were just attending the industry event and happened to exchange a friendly conversation, while everything that followed was driven by online speculation. Even so, that hasn't stopped people from revisiting old discussions and looking for details they may have overlooked the first time around, especially as new claims continue to surface. As people kept revisiting the old footage, another topic started getting attention. Some observers wondered whether the original reaction had less to do with what actually happened at the brunch and more to do with the public images that Lori and Jay-Z already had. When well-known celebrities are involved, even ordinary moments can end up carrying far more meaning than anyone intended. That's why opinions on this story have remained so divided. One side believes the entire situation was blown out of proportion by social media, pointing out that there has never been any verified evidence suggesting the brief interaction was anything beyond a casual exchange. The other side argues that celebrity stories often have details the public never gets to see, leaving room for endless theories and speculation. What makes this even more interesting is that nearly every time Lori's name appears in entertainment headlines, people immediately begin revisiting older rumors and viral moments. The Roc Nation brunch clip has become one of those moments that keeps getting pulled back into the conversation, with viewers comparing it to everything that came before and everything that followed, hoping to figure out whether there was ever more to the story than what the cameras captured. Then there's another angle that often gets overlooked. Some fans believe the real story isn't about the brunch at all. It's about how quickly a public reputation can shape the way every future event is viewed. Once someone becomes known for making headlines, people tend to look at every appearance through that same lens, whether the situation actually calls for it or not. In Lori's case, years of public interest in her personal life have meant that almost every photo, interview, or public outing ends up being discussed online. Because of that, even a simple interaction with another celebrity can generate theories that go far beyond what was actually seen. Supporters argue that's an unfair standard, while critics believe public figures naturally attract that level of attention.
And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left.
The same idea applies to Jay-Z. Over the years, his career, business ventures, and personal life have all been closely followed, meaning almost any public appearance involving him is likely to spark conversation. When those two names appeared in the same clip, it created the perfect setup for speculation, with different groups of fans reaching completely different conclusions based on the exact same few seconds of footage. Even after all this time, one question continues to divide opinions. Was the original reaction driven by what actually happened, or by everything people already believed before watching the clip? That's a big difference. Once viewers have a certain expectation, it's easy to interpret the same moment in completely different ways. Some entertainment insiders have also noted that celebrity events are full of brief conversations like this. Artists, executives, actors, and influencers are constantly greeting one another, catching up, and meeting new people. Most of those interactions are never discussed again, but every now and then, one short exchange gets singled out, and from there, the internet starts building an entirely new storyline around it. That's why many people have encouraged others to stick to what's actually visible instead of assuming the missing pieces. The footage clearly shows Lori and Jay-Z sharing a short conversation and a smile, but anything beyond that remains open to interpretation. Even so, fans continue comparing different accounts, old interviews, and public appearances, hoping to understand why this particular moment has remained part of the conversation for so many years. Another detail that keeps coming up is how much influence fan communities can have on a story.
Once a theory starts gaining traction, thousands of people begin sharing clips, screenshots, and opinions at the same time. Before long, it becomes difficult to tell where the original discussion ended and where the added speculation began. Some longtime followers of celebrity news have pointed out that this isn't the first time a harmless public interaction has been turned into a much bigger narrative. Social media often rewards the most dramatic interpretation, while quieter, more ordinary explanations receive far less attention. That's one reason these stories can continue circulating years after the original moment happened.
But those kids remain. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. So when I hear something like this happens, I can't really discount it and say, oh, he could never do this, because I'm hearing stories, I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and I've been in situations where something don't sound or look right, and it's usually involving children.
At the same time, there are still people who believe there are unanswered questions simply because so little has been said publicly by the people involved. Without clear confirmation or denial, every old clip and every resurfaced headline gives fans another reason to revisit the timeline. That's why conversations about the Roc Nation brunch often branch off into discussions about past events, public appearances, and how quickly assumptions can become part of a celebrity's public story. So could this whole situation have been a much bigger story than people first realized? Or has the internet simply turned one brief conversation into years of speculation? Some fans have even wondered whether there's a reason Lori hasn't been seen at later Roc Nation pre-Grammy events alongside Jay-Z and Beyonce, while others believe there's no connection at all. At this point, there isn't any confirmed evidence linking those ideas, leaving plenty of room for different opinions. There have also been claims that Future may have more to say in the future, but for now, those reports remain unverified. Whether he ever addresses the topic again or not, only time will tell what, if anything, actually gets revealed. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Lori and Jay-Z rumors? Do you believe the brunch interaction was simply a friendly conversation, or do you think people have noticed something worth discussing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves keeping up with celebrity news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.